Mark from My Engineering here. Today we're going to be demonstrating the SimScan42 and how long it takes to scan a single piece with 100% coverage on both sides for export into a program like SolidWorks. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan it right side up, we're going to flip it over upside down, align the two meshes, and we're going to align the whole model to an origin. You'll be able to see how long it's taking on a stopwatch that I have right here. Okay, starting our clock. We're going to start our scan. You see that SimScan is registering all the markers that we have on our table, like that. Switch it over to the scanning mode. You can watch in real time as the model is populating. And we're satisfied with that. We're going to flip the piece over and start again. All right, with our part flipped over now, we're going to add a second piece to this scan, and we're ready to scan again. Registering our markers one more time. We'll switch it over to scanning mode. We'll close that one off. That looks good. For this next step, we're going to clean up the data before we merge the two models. So we want to start with removing the background plane. So we select the background plane function. Select all the markers that we want to use as our base. We'll select those and we can remove. We can do the same to our first scan. And there we go. Now with the base is removed from both scans, we can select just our two models here. They highlight in red. We're going to inverse selection to get everything else in the screen. We're going to get rid of those. We can remove the markers. We don't need to look at those anymore. Now we're ready to merge. I'm going to go to laser point slice. I'm going to pick our two models. Spin this one around so the orientation is the same. Essentially, we can pick the spots on the two that are the same point. And the best fit, we can get a little preview here. Looks like it aligned actually pretty accurately. We're going to hit OK on that one. And it generates a new model. Again, we turn off the markers. We don't need those anymore. And our next step is going to be aligning this to an origin and wrapping it. All right, next step, we need to turn our point cloud into a mesh. So we hit the wrap function. And here we have our mesh. So what we're going to want to do now is create a few features. And we're going to use planes for alignment today. So fit one plane there. Stick a plane there. We'll put one plane across the top. Now that we have our 3 new features we've added, we're going to align our model to a global alignment here. So XY plane, we're going to use plane 6. XZ plane, we can use plane 5. YZ plane, we can use plane 4. And there we are. We're aligned to a global. Now our next step, if we want to export, we can right-click on our project here, save, and export it as an STL file. So now we've generated our STL file. We're ready to bring that into SolidWorks, and this whole process has taken us just under 6 minutes. So the SimScan42, one great tool working with the Scantex Scan Viewer in order to make a mesh file of whatever part we want and bringing it into something where we can turn it into a useful CAD model. If you guys have any other questions, please let us know. We're happy to answer.